U.S. Pulled out of Afghanistan recently, and I'm just kidding. Dating's hard, right? When you can't leave the house without a burqa. It is tricky. Okay. My ex-boyfriend was in Afghanistan for a couple of years, and he fixed air conditioners. He didn't, kill anybody. He wasn't, a real man. I really hope he sees that someday. He came back, he brought a burqa home with him, and he used to threaten to make me wear it all the time. And one time I tried to put it on, and it was way too small. And I was like, oh, this sucks. I'm getting body shamed, and I was just trying to get regular shamed. Okay, I grew up here. I just gotta say real quick, I was told that I was supposed to be kind of clean, and I've been very nervous about it, but I have Invisalign, and it gives me kind of a lisp. And I feel like I could say pussy in a church, no, just kind of, it just sounds endearing, Okay, I grew up here in Portland. My dad was he was a restaurant owner for a long time, and then he became a PI for a while, and was a restaurant owner again. So he was a single dad, and he would take me with him on surveillance when I was 7, because nobody thinks that somebody's following you if they have a 7-year-old in their car, because that would be poor parenting. It wasn't safe. But it was good because when I got older, I would go on dates, and he would do background checks on whoever I was dating. So I got really good at getting information, on a first date. Because I would be like, hey, yeah, I'm a Gemini. What's your DOB? No, I grew up here. What are the last 5 counties you lived in? No. I grew up in the basement of his Italian restaurant, and he used his kids as free labor. That's what happens, right? We grew up in the dish pit. And one time I went out with my friends, and I didn't tell him that I was going to go out with my friends. And when I came back, he wasn't like, oh my God, I was so worried about you. He was like, I can't believe you no-call, no-showed for your shift. Yeah. When I went off to college, okay, that's a little misleading. When I was 28 and went off to community college, he was like, honey, I want you to know you can bring home anyone you want to date, any gender, any ethnicity. Of course, I'd never hold it against you, as long as they have a food handler's card. It is. As long as they have 3 to 5 years in a fast-paced environment and a good attitude, it is fine with me. Yeah, he was married a lot, and a lot of wives, consecutively. He wasn't Mormon. He had some living girlfriends in between. I mentioned one of his living girlfriends to him. I was like, hey, Dad, do you remember Tammy? And he was like, no, not really. She was kind of a fling. Why? And I was like, well, I called her Mom. And then he goes, well, yeah, honey, you called a lot of women Mom back then. As if I was the promiscuous one. Look out for little Tory. She's just bringing home waitresses, trying to find somebody to teach her how to use conditioner. I washed my hair with Irish Spring till I was 12 years old. That's... All right, whatever. Women look horrified. Men are like, what the fuck else are you supposed to... It's soap, isn't it? I don't... My dad's dead. With COVID, everybody's dad's dead. It's okay. Calm down. We're all in the same boat. I'm cold. What is going on? I lost 100 pounds over the pandemic. And thank you. I'm going to gain it back, but I appreciate that. I lost 100 pounds. I did it with keto, on the keto diet. So who knows how much weight I'll have lost when I finally shit. We'll find out. I'm going to be so small. I'm so excited. It's going to be great. Yeah, I have the face I've always wanted, and I have hemorrhoids now. And it's good. They're coming for you. Everybody gets them. It's the apocalypse, and we're all gonna be bumpy. It's gonna be great. I'm trying to be more of a lady and like shower more. So I wanted to get waxed. And I had to Google whether or not it's rude to get a Brazilian with hemorrhoids. And the answer is no. It's not. The article just said you should tip, 15% is just not going to cut it. It is not going to cut it in that situation. I feel like I owe skinny women an apology, by the way. I really do. Because when I was at my heaviest, I always thought that you guys were bitches. And now that I've lost weight, I think you're just chilly. I think that's why your face is, you're cunts. But I don't, listen. The Invisalign really takes the edge off pussy. Does nothing for cut. That sure still hit hard. Yeah, you can't be. You're not cozy cunts. You are not comfortable. I know that now. How can you? All those collarbones and Jesus, clavicles just all the way around you. I'm worried for you. I am. Looks like you have some kind of skeletal infinity scarf around. Like, it looks you're going to go out soon. You're going to go out. Normally that does very well because women hate skinny women. And men hate women. So it's a real crowd pleaser, It is. I don't know what to talk about. I never know what to talk about, because they say that women all talk about the same things, especially women comics, and I don't want to do that. Like, they say that, like, women in their 20s, all they talk about is, like, sex and dating, and women in their 30s, what is it, like marriage and kids, and women in their 40s, nobody wants to hear them talk. So I don't know. Where do they go? I'm running out of time. I think maybe they put them in like burlap sacks. Is that it? And throw them in the river like the kittens? They are not anymore. They're not. Their time has passed. Their time has passed. Speaking of time passing, I got Botox recently. I did. Because, when you lose a lot of weight, you age, your face kind of falls down, and I wanted to like get it back. So I got illegal discounted Botox. My friend was like, black market Botox, where'd you go to get that? Tijuana? And I was like, Gresham. That's where it is. That's where I have the ladies' number. I get $100 off if I refer somebody. Let me know. I've been calling it prison Botox because I paid for it in loose cigarettes and anal sex. So prison Botox it is. Yeah. If you guys don't know, prison Botox, by the way, is just when they freeze your face so you look super cute and no one can see your pain. And it's good. Yeah. I used to have a drinking problem and I spent all of my money on alcohol so I didn't have to deal with my feelings, and now I spend it all on Botox so nobody else has to deal with them. The lady who did it, she stuck me, she didn't even ask, she stuck me right here. And she's like, you don't need these muscles. They just pull the corners of your mouth down. And I was like, that's ugly. Ew, get rid of it. No. And I was like, wait, pull the corner. Do you mean frown? And she's like, yeah, you don't need to do that. And I was like, but what if I feel sad? And then she's like, well, yeah, honey, you can still feel sad. So I'm going to be the perfect girlfriend. No one can tell if I'm angry. God, I spent so much money on this stuff. I spent thousands of dollars. I had some inheritance money. I spent all of it on Botox and fillers, which means that before my wrinkles were filled in with food, and now they're just filled in with the only thing that's left of my dad. He'll be with me forever. He will. That's not true. After like 6 months, the Botox goes away. My wrinkles will be back, unlike him. They will be back. It's okay. His dying wish was for me to be hot, so it's fine. It is. Yeah, his last words were actually, let her have dick-sucking lips. So, that's great. Okay. These are, I heard you. These are jokes. Take it easy. Those were not, Jesus Christ, those were not his last words were actually, help me, but that's hard to. Yeah, dick-sucking lips for you. Help me, for me. Up here, every morning when I wake up, it's what I hear. people say the size doesn't matter. We're just going to talk about penises. I don't know where to go. Where do you go from dead dad? Dicks. That's where I'm going to go. Women say that size doesn't matter, and that is a skinny woman privilege, by the way. In case saying size doesn't matter is a skinny woman privilege, because when you're a big girl, you need as much as you can get. You know, like, you need a lot. When I was at my heaviest, honkers, exclusively, only honkers, you know, because when you're big, you need 8 inches, because your thighs just take the first 4. So you've got to have, just to get in there, just to wiggle their way in there. I haven't had sex in a long time. I wonder what kind of penises I like now. Probably still big ones, because they hurt, and that's the only thing that makes it stop up there. Tell me I'm pretty and make me forget where I am. The last person I had sex, here we go. I don't care. I'm just going to share. I'll never see you guys again. You don't all live in Portland. Oh, God. All right. So the last person I had sex with, I thought we were dating because he was living with me. And he was homeless. But you guys all dated homeless people before? It's a little weird, you know, having a homeless boyfriend. Your anxieties are a little different, because most girls are like, oh my God, what if he finds somebody new? And I was like, oh my God, what if he finds first, last, and deposit? He's out of here. He is out of here. Yeah. There's a couple different ways of looking at it, though, you know, because some people said he was using me. A lot of my friends said he was using me. And they're like, Tory, it just seems like maybe you don't realize how beautiful you are, and you don't realize how much self-worth you have, and you can't let guys use you like this. And that is definitely one way of looking at the situation. But the other way of looking at it is that I was forcing a homeless man to have sex with me for a place to stay. It's just, it's raining outside. If you want to get inside here, you're going to have to get inside. Okay, whatever. Either way, it's getting wet. That's okay.